They say if you love someone, let them go. But what if they forget they ever loved you at all? You were supposed to get married. Not today or next week, but soon. He told me so between kisses on the balcony, between promises whispered at midnight. Liam Ashford, heir to the Ashford tech empire. Charismatic, arrogant, and somehow completely mine. Until the accident. Until he woke up and didn't know my name. No ring, no, where is she? Just blank stares and headlines that called me. The mystery woman by the billionaire's side. His family. They erased me. His fiancée? Oh, she was suddenly back in the picture. The one he left before me. Convenient, right? I walked away. What else was I supposed to do? But then fate or maybe revenge brought me back into his orbit. As a brand strategist. On a team hired to relaunch his company's image. To help rebuild what was broken. He didn't remember me. But something in him still looked at me like I was his. And that's when I made a decision. If Liam Ashford forgot me, I'll make him fall again. But this time, I'll be the one to walk away. Hey, dreamers. Welcome back to Blessing's Storyverse, where we don't just tell stories, we live them. Today's tale is full of mystery, love, twists. So grab your popcorn and let's dive into another chapter. Chapter 1. The new girl in the boardroom. The Ashford Group tower was just as cold and polished as I remembered. Steel, glass, and ambition. I stepped out of the elevator in heels that hurt. And a blazer that didn't belong to me. It belonged to the new me, the strategist, the professional, the woman with no past. No history with the man sitting in the corner office. The man who used to call me his world. Liam Ashford was leaning over the table, giving orders like a king at war. His voice, sharp. His jawline, sharper. He didn't even flinch when I walked in. "This is Camille," the project lead said, nodding toward me. Brand strategist. She'd be helping with the Ashford rebranding campaign. Liam turned. His eyes scanned me like I was a stranger. They used to look at me like I was art. "Nice to meet you," he said, offering a hand. I shook it. He didn't feel a thing. But I did. Like lightning. Across a scar. "Let's get started," he said, sitting back down. "We're already behind." The meeting went on. Voices rising and falling like tides. I stayed silent, watching him. Watching the way he rubbed the back of his neck when he was stressed. The way his pen tapped 3 times when he was deep in thought. He didn't remember me, but his body did. After the meeting, I slipped into the hallway to breathe. That's when I heard her voice. Charlotte, his ex, the one who was suddenly back in his life, the one his mother loved. "She's not even his type," she was whispering to someone. Too quiet, too plain. I didn't flinch. I'd been called worse. I was a ghost in Liam's world now. But ghosts? We haunt. I walked past her with a smile. Some of us don't need to scream to be unforgettable. That night, I stayed late pulling slides together for Liam's next presentation. I wasn't trying to impress him. Okay, maybe I was. At 10:47 p.m., the office door creaked open. "You work late," a voice said. I looked up. Liam, alone. No tie, no mask. "So do you," I replied, clicking through the slides. He stepped closer, his brows furrowed. "Do I know you from somewhere?" My heart slammed against my ribs. "No," I lied, but he kept staring, like his soul remembered what his mind forgot. Chapter 2. 3 seconds too long. There's a difference between curiosity and recognition. Liam looked at me for 3 seconds too long. Long enough to stir something buried under the surface, but not long enough to matter. The next morning, he didn't speak to me at all. He walked into the boardroom like a storm in designer shoes, barked orders, and tore apart a slide deck like it personally offended him. "Camille," he said sharply, "why does this campaign feel so cold?" I blinked. "Because it's tailored to the numbers. Safe, predictable. And what would you suggest?" he asked, folding his arms. "Don't fall in love with a man who looks good angry." That was mistake number 1. I clicked a button and brought up a different presentation. One I made at 3 a.m. One he'd never see coming. Warm, real, human. You built an empire after an accident that could have destroyed you. Use that. Show the world who you are now. Silence. Then, Liam leaned back, the corners of his mouth twitching. "You put this together?" I nodded. He stared at the screen, then at me. "Keep going." I did. And for a moment it was like old times. The room fell away. Just us, him listening, me breathing. But then she walked in. Charlotte. Hair perfect, smile sharp enough to cut diamonds. She didn't acknowledge me, just waltzed up to Liam and whispered something into his ear. He chuckled. I died a little. "This is a work meeting," I said before I could stop myself. Charlotte blinked. "Sorry, I thought I was engaged to the CEO." Oof. She left with a kiss on Liam's cheek and a smug glance my way. After the meeting, I grabbed my laptop, trying not to scream. Liam caught up with me by the elevators. "You okay?" he asked. "You seemed distracted. You used to kiss me goodnight. You used to call me baby. Now I'm just a girl who builds your PowerPoints." I forced a smile. "Just tired." He nodded slowly. "Still feel like I know you from somewhere." I laughed. "Maybe in another life." The elevator dinged. I stepped in, turned to face him. He didn't move. Didn't break eye contact. 3 seconds too long. Again. Then the doors closed between us. Chapter 3. The necklace he almost remembered. The next day, I wore the necklace. Not just any necklace, his gift. A delicate gold chain with a tiny sun pendant. He used to say I lit up his worst days. Wearing it was risky. Stupid even. But I needed to know if anything inside him still saw me as more than just Camille. The strategist. The office buzzed with press prep. Liam's big public relaunch was coming up, and the team was working overtime to make him look like a born-again. Billionaire strong. Poised, unstoppable. Too bad the man under that image was still broken. "You've been quiet today," said Zoe. "The only person on my team who didn't hate me. That because of your little staring contest with the CEO yesterday." I pretended to laugh. "He stares at everyone. He's evaluating." She sipped her iced coffee. "I evaluate people too, but I don't do it like I want to kiss them." I rolled my eyes, but I couldn't lie to myself. There was something there. Later that afternoon, Liam called me into his office. Just me. The glass walls made it feel exposed, but the way he stood behind his desk tie loosened. Jaw tense made it feel intimate. Dangerous. "I wanted to thank you," he said, slowly, "for the pitch yesterday. It worked. The board approved it." "That's what you hired me for," I replied, standing tall. His eyes dropped just for a second to the necklace. Then his face changed. "You wore that yesterday, didn't you?" he asked, frowning. "No, not yesterday. Before. Sometime else." My pulse quickened. He remembered. Even if it was just a flicker. I touched the pendant. "It's old. Probably just familiar." He nodded slowly, clearly unsettled. Then he sat down, like his brain was trying to chase something it couldn't catch. "I have these gaps," he said softly. "Places in my memory that feel like static." My heart broke right there. In the middle of the richest office in New York. What if you forgot something important? I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. He looked at me, really looked. I think I already did. The silence stretched between us like a tightrope. One move and I'd fall. So I smiled. Professional. Polite. Pretending. Let me know if you remember, I said, turning to leave. His voice stopped me at the door. Camille? I turned. That necklace. It suits you. Chapter 4. A glimpse of us. The press launch was tomorrow. Ashford Group was about to reintroduce Liam Ashford as the rebranded Billionaire with a second chance. And I was about to stand beside him, invisible to everyone but him. I sat in the makeup chair for our final branding shoot, letting the stylist curl my hair and dust powder across my cheekbones. You'll be standing behind Mr. Ashford for the shoot, the director said. Not next to him? No. Charlotte will be on his arm. You're in the strategy team. Of course she was. Charlotte arrived 20 minutes late, wearing white. White. For a branding shoot. Not a wedding. She greeted Liam like she owned him. Pressed a kiss to his cheek in front of the cameras. He smiled politely, but his eyes kept flicking back to me. 3 times. Once when I was fixing his tie. Again when I handed him his cue cards. And again when I walked away. After the cameras wrapped, Charlotte was all over him. Laughing, clinging, whispering. I watched from a distance until he excused himself and found me near the exit. You okay? He asked, like he had any right. I'm fine, I said, adjusting my laptop bag. You look. He paused. Different. My breath caught. Good different or bad different? He smirked. Like someone I should know. I didn't answer. We stood there in silence. Then he reached out. Fingers brushing my arm, lingering just a second too long. Have dinner with me, he said suddenly. I blinked. Excuse me? I know this is weird, he said, but I keep feeling like you calm the noise. I don't know why. I just want to talk. Danger. This was danger. You have a fiancé, I reminded him. His jaw flexed. I didn't ask her. I asked you. It took everything in me to say no. But I did. Barely. And when I walked away, I didn't look back. But later that night, I got the message. Liam Ashford. I cancelled dinner with Charlotte. Still want to talk. My fingers hovered over the screen. He was remembering me, piece by piece. And when the puzzle came together, would he still love what he saw? Chapter 5. Storm warning. It rained the night I agreed to see him. Not a cute, romantic drizzle. A full-blown, thunder-shaking, city-drowning storm. I showed up at the rooftop restaurant soaked halfway through. Liam was already seated, alone. His hair damp from the wind. Sleeves rolled up. The waiter took my coat and handed me a towel. You came, Liam said, standing as I sat. You cancelled on Charlotte, I said back. He smirked. You saw that, huh? I see everything. We ordered wine. Small talk. Awkward laughter. Then silence. Liam tapped the rim of his glass, eyes distant. I had this dream last night, he said. I was driving. It was dark. There was someone beside me in the car. I didn't see her face, but I knew I loved her. My heart stilled. Maybe it was Charlotte, I said quickly. He shook his head. It wasn't her. I didn't say anything, because it was me. I remember that night. That was the night of the crash. He was driving me home. He kissed me at a red light. He told me he wanted forever. And then a blinding light. A screech of metal. Everything went black. He forgot me, but I never forgot him. I think I'm losing my mind, Liam whispered. You feel familiar. You smell like something I should remember. I wanted to tell him the truth. I wanted to scream it. You love me. You chose me. We had everything. But instead, I asked, why did you really want to have dinner with me, Liam? He looked up, and then, so softly it almost broke me, because you feel like home. I blinked fast. Don't say things like that. It's cruel. Why? Because I'm not yours. He leaned in. Aren't you? The waiter came too fast. The check dropped between us. I grabbed my purse, stood up quickly. I can't do this, I whispered. You're not mine anymore. But as I turned away, he grabbed my hand. Wait, he said, his voice raw. And that's when he said it. Do you know a girl named Elena? The air left my lungs. I hadn't heard my real name in months. Everyone at Ashford knew me as Camille, my middle name, my new identity. But he remembered. A name. A whisper. A piece of us. I looked into his eyes and saw it. The confusion. The hope. The ache of almost knowing. My voice shook. No, I don't. And I walked away. Because I didn't come to fix Liam Ashford. I came to break him back. Chapter 6. The file he wasn't supposed to open. The company retreat was supposed to be a reset. A weekend at a luxurious private villa in the Hamptons. No phones, no press, no distractions. Just the top executives, creative teams. And unfortunately, me. We were team building, which basically meant awkward icebreakers, expensive wine, and Charlotte fake laughing too loud at everything Liam said. I kept my distance, until I saw him alone on the balcony, fingers moving fast across his iPad. Working already? I asked. He looked up. Couldn't sleep. You never sleep well when it rains, I blurted out. His eyes flicked to mine. How do you know that? I froze. Lucky guess. But it wasn't luck. It was years. Of watching. Of knowing. Camille, he started. But before he could say anything more, the system glitched and a file popped open. My file. The one HR wasn't supposed to upload. His eyes scanned it. Full name. Elena Camille Hart. Emergency contact. Liam Ashford. Relationship. Fiance. Outdated. He looked up at me, stunned. Elena, he whispered. I took a step back. Liam, don't. When were you going to tell me? He demanded. I opened my mouth, but no words came out. You lied to me. His voice was sharp, but his eyes, they were glassy. You forgot me. I snapped. I didn't choose to. He shot back. You think I wanted to forget you? I look at you every damn day wondering why you feel like something I lost. My heart cracked. He stood, pacing. We were engaged? He asked. I nodded. He laughed bitterly. I almost proposed to Charlotte last week. Did you know that? Tears stung my eyes. Would have been fitting. She and your mother always wanted each other. Silence. He looked at me, really looked. You let me chase you while knowing the truth. I swallowed. You chased a stranger, Liam. I just happened to look like someone you used to love. He shook his head. No. I chased you. Because something in me knew. He took a step closer. Elena. I backed away. Don't. I remember the necklace. The scent of your hair. The way you say my name like it's sacred. You remember pieces. He leaned in. But I want the whole thing. The wind whipped around us, and thunder rumbled again. I can't do this, I whispered. But this time, I didn't walk away. This time he kissed me. And it felt like everything we ever lost crashing back into place. Chapter 7. The other woman's deal. After the kiss, nothing felt real. Liam didn't say a word. Just held me like the pieces of him finally clicked together. Like he finally found home. I didn't sleep that night. Not because of guilt, but because I knew it wouldn't last. He remembered enough to want me. That not enough to protect me. The next morning, Charlotte showed up at my door. In heels. In rage. With a smile so sharp it could slice skin. "Nice necklace," she said, eyes glinting. "Still holding on to the past?" I didn't answer. She didn't wait. "You think because he kissed you, you've won?" "Sweetheart, Liam kisses women all the time. But he only marries ones with power." I crossed my arms. "Is that what you think this is? A competition?" She stepped closer. "No. Darling, it's a transaction. You give up Liam. I keep your little secret from reaching the board." My chest tightened. "What secret?" She smirked and held up her phone. "Photos. Me and Liam. From months ago. Before the accident. Before he forgot. Then, screenshots. Emails from my old address. Proof that I'd worked with a rival firm. Even though it was before Liam hired me. It would still look like betrayal." I stared at her. "You followed me." "Oh, please. I didn't have to. His mother never trusted you. She's been tracking everything since day one." My throat was dry. "What do you want?" Charlotte leaned in, whispering like we were girlfriends. "Walk away. Let him go. I'll delete everything. And he'll never know you were using this job to stay close." "I wasn't. Doesn't matter what's true," she said sweetly. "Only what can be proven." My hands shook. "Think about it," she added, turning toward the door. "You were just the assistant. He was never supposed to choose you." That night, I packed my things. Liam called. I didn't answer. He messaged. I left it unread. Because love isn't always enough. Sometimes the world wants to watch you bleed before it lets you breathe. Chapter 8. The last memory. I didn't show up to work the next day. Or the next. By day 3, I was gone. No goodbye. No explanations. Just a resignation email and radio silence. I didn't expect a response. That Liam Ashford doesn't let things go easily, not when they haunt him. On day 4, he showed up at my apartment building. In the rain. Again. I watched from behind the curtain as he stood there. Soaked through. Clutching something in his hand. A velvet box. I opened the door slowly. "Elena," he breathed. "You weren't supposed to leave. You weren't supposed to forget me." He stepped forward. Desperate. I remember now. All of it. The car. The red light. The way I was holding your hand when we crashed. I froze. My mother lied. She told me Charlotte was in the car. That you were just an employee. His voice cracked. I thought I was losing my mind. I kept dreaming about you. Smelling your perfume. Seeing flashes of your laugh. And then I opened this. He handed me the box. Inside was the ring. My ring. The one he was going to use to propose. The one I thought had been lost in the crash. "I had it hidden in the glove box," he whispered. "That night, I was going to ask you." Tears streamed down my face. "And now?" I asked. "What happens now?" He took my hand. "Now I ask again. Not because I finally remember, but because even when I didn't, my soul still chose you. But Charlotte, she blackmailed you, didn't she?" I blinked. "She tried the same with me," he said softly. "Told me you were just using me. That you were hiding your real identity. That you lied. And you believed her." He looked down, ashamed. For a second. But then I found the file. The one where you donated your liver to your sister. The one where you turned down job offers to stay near me after the crash. The one that proves you loved me. Even when I didn't love you back. I sobbed. He cut my cheek. "You never stopped choosing me. Now it's my turn." He knelt down. In the pouring rain. Holding that damn ring like it was our beginning and not our end. "Elena Camille Hart, will you give me another chance to remember you every day?" For the rest of my life? I dropped to my knees and kissed him. The answer was yes. It had always been yes. 1 year later, he tells people we met at work that I gave him a pitch so good he proposed. I tell people he annoyed me so much. I married him to shut him up. The truth? He forgot me once, but he never stopped loving me. And now, every day he chooses me twice. And that's another chapter from Blessing's Storyverse. If this story hit you in the feels, leave a like, drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe because trust me, the next plot twist is even crazier. Bye for now.